Welcome back to Holding Hearts Ministries. My name is Kristen, and I'm going to hopefully put some verbiage to what some of the major issues are that we're seeing inside of large churches today, the Christian church, and the system that has been built upon man structures. So one of the very biggest issues that we're seeing today is controlling people in seats of authority. So if you have, for example, you have a head pastor of a church who has a whole bunch of staff or members who are serving that particular house of worship, perhaps they've been training up leaders. Maybe they haven't been, but if they have people who are subject to them, one of the issues that I've seen is and experienced is when it is time to launch those leaders out to commission and send and plant, they get stuck. And it could be for multiple reasons. So one reason could be because they have created this system and they have this task force, this workforce inside their house, and they want to keep those people because it all depends on the programs being run. And they're doing a great job. Their leaders are trained, their leaders are handling it. They don't want to lose that task force. Perhaps they didn't have the vision or the insight to raise up leaders to take their place, just to keep the flow going. But I'm hearing reports of, servants of the Lord in houses getting told a variety of things like, you're not ready yet, you're not ready yet, you're not trained yet. And that right there stops the flow. That stops the duplication or the replication when you continually cripple people's ability to be commissioned and sent and plant and expand the kingdom because you need or want to retain them in your own house. But what that also does is it abuses the seat of authority, but it abuses the mentees that particular leader or that particular pastor has beneath them, per se, in keeping them constantly coming to the head pastor for anything and everything that they need to do. They have to get permission for everything. So that right there has this mental concept of this place can't run without me, or these people need me to tell them what to do. They're reliant upon me. I'm an integral piece of this picture. I can't step out for a break. I can't, take a leave of absence. And that is a huge barrier. That's a huge stumbling block. So for controlling pastors in that position who are doing that to the people that they're so-called raising up, they need to humble themselves, they need to repent, and they need to get on the Lord's page, the Lord's agenda, as far as being humble, faithful stewards of God's sheep in raising up, and when it's time to release them, or when it's time to give them more ground or more authority, you have to pass the baton. You cannot maintain and hold power just because people are, maybe they admire you, maybe you feed off of that recognition or that admiration, and that's a place that belongs only to the Lord, because we are all servants. We are all servants of the Lord. So we have to keep that in mind. If we get this elevated perspective of ourselves that says this ship can't operate without me, well, guess what? The Lord may just prove to you that he can operate without you, and he will be using other people, because God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. So that is just one piece to this puzzle, where the church and those in seats of authority really need to self-evaluate. They have got to come before the Lord and really ask him where their heart is at, if they're on their own agenda or if they're on the Lord's side. So I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.